My name's Sal Lubo. I'm a Denver artist. I've been working here in town for 40 years since I got out of the service. I did over 1,000 stained glass windows. They're all over town, and some even in Germany and different places in Europe. But anyway, I'm just urging everybody as a citizen and a patriot in America to vote for whatever candidate you want to. And that's all I'm saying, and I think it's real important because this last 8 years was, to me, personally as an artist, was pretty catastrophe. There's a lot of catastrophe. There's hardly no money going around, but I think things are getting better, and eventually they will, because American people are strong, and I think we're all patriots in our own way, but we just got to find our way, and I think it's real important to vote this coming Tuesday, so your vote is really important. Thank you. And that's it.
Good afternoon. We're asking you guys to come on down and join us here at Speaker's Corner and have your voice heard. As you've heard Dimitri say, journalism is changing, the newspaper is changing, and even the internet is changing. As the print media becomes less and less what it used to be, which was an ability for us to find out what's going on in the world. Because the internet is taking over and all the advertising is putting their money in the internet. There's less and less going on with the newspapers. Right now, as our friend pointed out, we're right across the street from the DNA. We used to have 2 newspapers in this town, one kind of a liberal slant, one kind of a conservative slant. And now we have one paper in town, and they both pretty much say the same thing, just like all the TV channels say the same thing. We come on down here, you can hear what our opinions are, and you can challenge them. And we can challenge your opinion, and we can have a good dialogue on what it means to be an American. Is it going to be a good thing that Obama gets elected, or is it going to be a good thing that McCain got elected? Come on down, tell us who you voted for and why. If you don't vote, you can't complain. That's the way it works. And today I was going to make a point and I forgot what it was. The main point is, come on down to Speaker's Corner because this is freedom of speech. And on the internet, we do have a lot of blogs going on, and the journalism that Dimitri was talking about is bemoaning blogging, because now anybody that can use a keyboard can pump out their opinion and have a blog. The problem with that is people like me who don't know how to use a keyboard, we can't put our thoughts down as expressly, but we can speak. We can come out here and give our opinion. In my opinion, on the eve of the election, is that no matter what man we elect into office, we'd better understand that if this nation does not have God the Creator as the God of this country, this nation is in for a lot of turmoil. America seems to be at war with God, and I'm not quite sure why, other than mankind in their fallen state would rather do what they want to do, and they don't want to have anything to do with God. And we're going to pay the piper on that, and we are going to see some changes, whether or not it's what McCain and Obama was talking about as far as changes go. But if you come down here, you can disagree with me, and you can tell me why you think it's good for God to be out of public school, or why you think it's good for separation of church and state, which I happen to think is a good idea. But come on down and give us your opinion, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Good job. Barb. And here's Barb that's been doing the camera work for us.
I've been talking about responsibility, and I'm going to continue on the fact that no matter, again, voting is a responsibility, but even no matter who gets in, we were having a couple discussions earlier on what has happened to other countries because of decisions in the government. And whether we're a person of responsibility ourselves or not, that's going to make the difference in our own lives.
Yeah.
And so no matter what some of the decisions are in the political realm, they will affect us, but how are we going to react to it? How are we going to help take care of our communities, help take care of each other as families, help take care of, other citizens?
How do you think we should? How should we help each other?
Well, I personally believe that first of all, you have to be responsible for yourself. You can't expect the government to always step in and take care of you. And I so agree with John on, I've got my degree in science and I've done some study, but basically I think it's common sense not to build in a, down below the sea level. I mean, so maybe rather than pursuing college education, we need some common sense education in this world. And maybe we should have the political people and the engineers start, because these kind of things, you can't control nature. And if you're out there and you're building places where it's not going to be safe for people in the future, then it shouldn't be built on. We should come up with some other solutions. And again, part of the responsibility is coming up with solutions. You've got all these people writing about problems. How about some solutions, you guys? There are some solutions that can be done with the homeless. There are some solutions that can be done with the food banks.
What would you do with the homeless?
Housing is the first and the first thing that people need. You need housing, and you need to hold people accountable. What is wrong with having people be held accountable? I don't get it. Years ago, the United States is based on people being held accountable. They had to go out and they had to hunt or their family dies, okay? I mean, that's, you're held accountable. So if you are given a home situation, then you have to help it. You have to make sure it stays clean. And if you're not keeping it clean, then that's when education comes in, and I believe that they can be taught cleanliness, they can be taught how to work, they can be taught how to do things, and people can start functioning. Maybe you're not going to get paid a huge amount of money right away, but you're going to get your housing and you're going to get your food. And by that way, as you grow and as you change, then you can eventually be helping other people. And I think that's basically where it comes down to, that the greed and that kind of greed and lust in the United States here has so brought on selfishness that people aren't helping other people. We're just not working together in a community anymore because we're too worried about ourselves. So if you do, I really got to put in a plug here for Speaker's Corner, because we really need people to come down and stand on that amendment. We need to have free speech kept rolling in this country. And I want you guys to think about it again. What would happen if we got this freedom taken away from us? And it has been taken away to a certain extent, so I hope you're not ignorant on that situation, but we need to keep pushing for it. We need to keep striving that we are Americans, we do have certain rights, we do have certain privileges, and that we need to be responsible for those things that we've been given. So thank you, John.
All right.
Thank you. And this will conclude our Speaker's Corner for Sunday, the November 2nd.
So what about the elections coming up?
The elections. Actually, I was going to pitch one more time.
Okay.
That there's a quote from Mark Twain that says, if you read the newspaper, or excuse me, if you don't read the newspaper, you are uninformed. And if you do read the newspaper, you are misinformed. This now applies to the internet. You must be wary of what you read and what you suck up and try and believe. Now, if you believe something strong enough, you should come down here and talk about it. And that's Denver Speaker's Corner. Just search the web, Denver Speaker's Corner, and we're here for you. That's it.